Again, we have 2 more replays, one from our viewer Frost and another from our viewer Babyling. So 2 games left. Unless we get some more replays ready. But otherwise, here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Equilibrium, we have the American Terran, the Red Terran, representing Clam Donkey. It is Frost. It's a beautiful donkey. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have her opponents. We have the blue Zerg player going for a 15 hatch. You have my attention. It is Monopoly. The board game that everyone played when they were young, and it was an awful board game. It was I mean, I say that. I guess the new generation, I doubt the new generation plays many board games, right? I feel like that was the thing before the internet, when like the family would get together, whether it's like your immediate family or maybe a gathering, like you'd whip out the celebrity heads or the Monopoly upwards. Yeah. Those were the days. I'm glad that they're gone. I'm glad that it's over. As, yeah, we do have a 15 hatch opener into a gas pool. So hatch gas pool overall from our Zerg player. Likewise, ooh, Frost spicing it. I love this. Okay, so Frost is going to be expanding her horizons here, and we're going for a bit of a Beyond opener. 2 racks on the low ground. 2 racks Reaper. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Let us go. Now, we'll see if Monopoly is aware of how to... A drone scout? What? We have a drone scout coming out instead, and we will get eyes on this ahead of time. We do get eyes on these Raxes. It looks like Monopoly was actually ready for a hatch block even. Crazy. Just because Monopoly has 300 minerals in the bank. SCV is not going to go down. The wall does get up and running, and Monopoly, yeah, we're even a bit supply blocked even. Okay, it's all good. We break free from the supply block. Hatchery does finish. Queens are on the way. A link speed in production as well. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So, 1, we haven't pulled out of gas. We have prioritized gas production to deal with this. A spine on the way. A bit of an overreaction here from Monopoly. This is not necessary to defend. But we're staying in gas. This could lead into a Bane bust or even a Roach Rush. I'm sure the gas is going to be spent on something as... No, never mind. We are going to be pulling out. Potentially a bit of a mistake to leave it in gas. As the first Reaper has arrived, the goal here for Frost is to contain. That's the purpose. The purpose of a 2-Rax Reaper build is to contain the opponent, to delay the third base for as long as possible. It's not about breaking them, which is also why I feel like this Spine Crawler is an overreaction. It's very possible that Monopoly is unfamiliar with this opener and unfamiliar with this playstyle. For those wondering, this is like M2, by the way, like Masters 2 gameplay. And Monopoly, now we know what the gas is for, so it wasn't a mistake. We're rushing into a lair. The Reapers, they do spot the Spine Crawler, but we can just bypass. We get into the main base, and we do get eyes on the very fast lair. And this could be a couple of different things. Drones are going to be going down, but the Reapers will be shut down as well. Link speed kicks in. Link speed does kick in. The Reapers go down, but I do think this was worth it. I do think it's worth sacrificing the Reapers to scout the main. Now, a second gas geyser, a third gas geyser is on the way. This is looking like 2-base Muta, especially if we take a 4th gas. This shouldn't be 2-base Nidus, because we have too much gas for that. This could be 2-base, even an Infestation Bit or a Hydrogen. But I guess Spire would be the most logical conclusion here. We'll see. We'll see what kind of direction Monopoly takes us in. As back at home, Frost is just securing herself here on 2 bases, getting up to a 3cc 2-on-1. There it is. Spire is on the way. And we should be seeing this 4th gas geyser taken momentarily as well. So, I'm not too fond of this. So, coming into this, obviously, Monopoly is aware of the 2 racks, which means Monopoly should be aware of the potential for 2-on-1. 2-on-1 is ideal against 2-base Spire because we have so many Marines. We have so much anti-air available. Spire play is going to struggle to get damage done, and if Frost pushes with a stim timing, if Frost pushes with a medevac timing even, then Monopoly is going to have a hard time defending. Just because we're banking up all this gas for mutas, we're going to be delaying upgrades, we're delaying evo chambers, delaying bailing speed and a bailing nest as well. There's still no third? Oh my god. Just heavily reliant on 2-base play. And we'll see if Monopoly can pull this off. Meanwhile, back at home, again, just an economic follow-up. Here comes the add-on swap, and here come the medevacs. As soon as the medevacs are done, Frost is going to be pushing. We're going to be moving out. And Monopoly is going to be in some trouble. Now, we do have enough resources for 5 mutas, soon to be 6. Okay, 5 mutas are on the way. We still don't have a third. Because the third is so late, I would love the goal base to be taken. But even then, like, it's just such a late hatchery, and because of the 2-1-1, okay, a couple of things. A 2-1-1 also tells you that Frost isn't gonna be active early on. No Hellions, no Cyclones, which means we could have expanded much sooner and we would have been left alone. There would have been nothing to stop a third base. But here we go. Frost is pushing. The mutas are amassing. It's gonna be Ling muta to defend. A very, very fragile army. But that's a lot of Lings. A lot of Lings are on the way, so we can deal with this. I do believe with the help of the Queens as well, Monopoly should be able to clean this up. It's going to be a tight hold, and hopefully Monopoly doesn't lose too many mutas. As the Marines are steaming forward. Frost, checking ahead of time, does see the mutas. We do have the stim. The Lings, they come in for a full surround. Ooh, and we do collapse on this army. The Marines go down, the medevacs as well. A good cleanup here from Monopoly. Looking at the units tab, we did not lose any mutas. It was 25 Lings for 20 Marines. And back at home, Frost already has turrets. Frost accurately read what was going on. Now, it's a bit of a give and take. Monopoly cleaned up the army. That was well done. But the economy's in shambles. We're on 44 drones. The economy is very much so struggling for the Zerg player. Frost is ahead. Frost is ahead in the economy. Mules, workers, third CC is already done. Monopoly, I would love to see a double expansion from the Zerg player. Take the third and the fourth at the same time and take the gold. But for now, just a very late expansion. It means that Frost is set up to outscale the Zerg player. The onus here is on Monopoly to get some more value out of these mutas. We need to kill workers, essentially. We need to kill workers, or, I mean, we're at least delaying the third. We have map control, and we're making it difficult for Frost to expand. Oh, also my apologies. Sorry, Monopoly. I just realized I left the wrong name up. My apologies. I just realized I kept saying Monopoly, and I'm sure people were like, what is he talking about? Who's he on about? Ah, the player. My apologies. Bit of a misrally with that drone. Mutas are in the retreat. And Frost takes control of her third base location. We should be expanding. We should be taking that third. Back at home, bailing speeds on the way, 1-1. Getting to that 3-base economy. Monopoly is recovering, is catching up slowly. I would say still has a lot of catching up to do. Frost likewise has forgotten +2. We have +2 attack on the way. +2 armor has not begun. Is an unfortunate oversight. Hopefully we can get around to getting that up and running. As Frost is pushing right through the center. Here we have Lingbane amassing. Frost is going to be actually rotating around, splitting up her army, going for a split push. We have a force going to be threatening the fourth. Another force threatening the third. The mines are burrowing. We're diving in the bailings. Oh! Ooh. Good connections here. 3 widow mines go down. But we have plenty of Lingbane to collapse on this army. At the same time, though, Frost pushes towards the third base. We need to get into the mineral line. Pushing on forward, we do not get into the mineral line. Gonna be trying to focus down the hatchery itself, and we're gonna be able to get it. Ooh, some friendly fire. And this is gonna be an expensive loss. The Marines go down, the medevacs will escape. Most of them will. one does go down. Frost does get out of there. Once again, crippling the economy of Monopoly. Containing them to 3 bases. The muta count, though, is looking quite healthy. We're up to 12 mutas. Looks can be deceiving. I thought we had a little bit more. Not like this. As the Marines, the Lings, they dive into the 3rd base. Frost out of position. We have 1 Bailing. Oh, with only 1 Bailing, we cannot engage. We need splash damage. We need more than this. Frost is moving out, catches some of those reinforcements as well. Lings are getting picked off. 3 more Raxes behind this, plus 3 attack on the way, plus 2 armor now starting up. Yeah, we're just barreling through the center. And behind this, that's a lot of Bailings. That's 29 Bailings in production. Ay. Again, we barely have an economy to sustain ourselves. Frost has a supply lead. As long as we can split, as long as we can spread out our units, then we should be able to push in. But this area is just so wide open. We're going for the surround. Widowmine's going to be going off. The Marines. Oh my god, the friendly fire. The traitor mine. That was insane. The mines did more damage than the Bailings. And Frost is going to get cleaned up, but we have reinforcements on the way. We are continuing the rally. I'm shocked by how much damage those Widowmines did to the Marines. Ay. Big mine shots going off on the mutas though. Finally! It looks like a Monopoly will clean this up. We'll force this back. Frost has to retreat. We have a 4 CC on the way. Frost actually in a bit of trouble. We don't have enough. The Marines are going down the mines. Some decent connections. We take down half of the Lings. But Monopoly is just continuing to rally across the map. Breaking into the 3rd base. More mine shots going to be going off. These mines are going to be resetting actually. Oh no. Oh my god. Crucial Widow Mines, they make up for the earlier transgressions. It's okay. They go off, but the 3rd base is compromised. Now Frost did keep most of our SCVs alive, but has lost mining. He's gonna have to get this back up and running. Hive is on the way for the Zerg. 3-3 soon to kick in. Not there yet, but we're working on it. We're working on +3. Are still working on it. As Monopoly finally has a little bit of time to drone, what's really hurting the Zerg player here is their lack of saturation. The lack of workers. Lack of goal base even. So these trades have been very close. Speaking of golds, Frost taking the gold. Let's go. I do appreciate this. Goal base is on the way here. For Frost. We're gonna have a massive boost to our economy. Thors have arrived. The Thors are here. Goal base finally being taken here from Monopoly as well. Ghost Academy on the way. Do scan ahead of time. We do get eyes on the would-be hatchery, and we should force a cancel. Cancel that gold. How many meters do we have? 13 meters, zooming across the map. Hoping to get some damage done. There's no turrets. They do get some SCVs. Oh, and Frost is forced. Is everything going to come back home? I hope not. The mines. Ooh. The mines pop off. They take down 1 muta each. And we're going to keep pushing. I think this is the correct call. Turning back around is just not going to be an option here for Frost. We have to commit. Pushing in, that's a lot of Bailings on the way, but that's also a wall of Marauders. The Marauders, they stand strong. They soak so many of those Bailings. But we still have so many more behind this. We come in for the surround. Oh, the Bailings connect. The mutas come in. We have some reinforcements coming in, and does Frost barely have enough? It looks like Frost should be forced back once again. The mines! Only one mine goes off. And Frost is forced back. And this time, Frost is going to be losing her medevacs as well. An expensive loss here for Frost. Ay, ay, ay. I don't like this. Ah, the friendly fire. Friendly fire going to be popping off as well. Monopoly is snowballing out of control. We're getting on top of the reinforcements. There are still these two hero widow mines behind this. Mine shots go up. Frost is barely holding on. And this gold base is coming in clutch. If it wasn't for this gold, we would be seeing a very different game. Speaking of, Monopoly doesn't know. Monopoly doesn't know about the gold base. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have tried to punish this. There's no planetary here, not yet. A big oversight from Monopoly. Otherwise, we could have punished this. We could have denied this. Alas, we were unable to. Monopoly going to be pushing towards the south, getting into the mineral line. Turret goes down. We're going to get at least some SCVs here. Oh my god, all of them even. Frost down to 39 workers. Ay, ay, ay. How many workers have we lost this game? 38. Not too many. In general, our players haven't been losing too many workers, but Frost barely has an economy left here. We're committed. We gotta go. Do need to send it. God, how many mutas do we have? We're up to 27 mutas. We deny a hatchery. Mutas, they don't turn around. There aren't any widow mines in position. Yeah, this base is going to go down. Likewise, Frost trading well here, sniping all these banelings. Mutas, they do bust in towards the natural. Widow mines are burrowing. Oh, ooh, one of them goes off. One widow mine does destroy the army. Ultras have arrived. And this base is going to go down. Monopoly out of position. Barely has a ground army. Mainly mutas. Oh, we're running into a minefield. These mutas, they're so fragile. We have to be so careful with them. The Overseer goes down. No detection. Here we go. Reinforcements dive on the army. We're looking for the surround. The mines! Ooh, oh my god. Big mine connections go up. And a lot of mutas go down, but we have enough to clean this up. Just barely. No detection. The ghosts. Oh my god. The ghosts are popping off. They survive. And we can keep pushing. Frost hasn't been making SCVs, by the way. We're still down to 36 workers. We're muling our hearts out. Heavily oversaturated at our natural. Oh my god, these mines, they're popping off. Oh my god, and that's gonna be it. GG gets called. Monopoly runs out of steam. Loses their entire army. And Frost pulls it off. Oh my god. GG. Frost still had an active force. There was nothing left. There was actually nothing remaining here for Monopoly. 0 army supply or 10 army supply. We had a couple of workers. Yeah, we had like better saturation, but nothing else. Oh my god. GG. GG, well played. Frost weathering the storm, and let's be real here. The MVP for Frost was the goal base. The fact that the goal base was never touched, the goal base was never scouted. Honestly, if the Zerg player was aware, if Monopoly was aware of the gold, it would have been denied. We would have seen, remember, there was no planetary there. No planetary. We would have seen a couple of lings sent in that direction. We would have eviscerated the mineral line, maybe even killed the base, and there would have been no way to come back from that position. Frost would have been dead then and there. But alas, the Zerg player never checked that location, never checked the gold. And this is our PSA from this game.